On this episode of The Modified World, the grand finale of my New York guest appearance. So stay tuned. So welcome to The Modified World, the weekly web show about body modification, the people who do it, the people who get it, and why it matters. I'm your host, senior piercer up here at the world-renowned Pangea Piercing, and the purveyor of all this internet silliness, JC Potts. And this week, going over to Superstition Tattoo over in Massapequa, New York, and work with the illustrious John Alonzo, who, while might not be a big name in the body modification community, he's fighting the good fight out on Long Island, doing what he can to get better jewelry and try to educate the local populace about quality piercing, because there's a lot of challenges that John has to face on Long Island that fortunately I don't really have to deal with so much in my own area. So I got to interview him a little bit about what all that entails. Tell me, how long have you been piercing, brother?
I'm going up on almost 8 years now.
Right on, right on. How'd you get into the business?
Actually, girl I used to hang out with was getting tattooed at the shop. And I went in and I got a couple pieces tattooed on me. And, you know, they were just like, they needed a piercer. They had a piercer and he left, and they were like, do you want to, you know, come in and, you know, do you mind the sight of blood? Do you mind gore? Do you mind, you know, can you handle it? Can you handle stabbing people? I'm like, yeah. So they had this guy there that was a piercer, but he was trying to get out of that aspect of it. He said there was no money in it. Yeah, exactly. He said there was no money in it, and they had him teach me, and he taught me for about a year and a couple months before I think it was like 8 months before I actually stabbed somebody and put a piercing in somebody. And then, you know, he said, you got to work on this, you got to work on this. So then it was like a year after that I kind of like started piercing people, small stuff, eyebrows, noses, stuff like that.
What do you think we're winning on? You know, as an industry, as a group, as a whole, what are we doing right?
Absolutely, for me personally anyway, it's education. Educating the masses on what is good, what is bad, what is proper, what is improper, what piercings that are now fashionable and cool to get. I think the major problem a lot of people are having that are trying to transition, like I am, are getting the people that are used to buying $10, $5, $3, dollar jewelry to pay 40, 50 bucks, you know, even 40, 50 bucks, 20, 30 bucks, you know, it's like real hard, you know, like, and even when you hold the jewelry up right in front of them and show them, look, this is this, and this is what you can get in the mall, this is what I can get you, they still don't quite equate that quality means better, you know, it's not necessarily price is better, more expensive is better, but of course it's more expensive because it's a more refined product, and it's better, and the research has gone into it, and these companies that we're ordering from are now putting out all this awesome stuff. And I would love for everybody on Long Island to have awesome piercings with awesome jewelry.
So, I have to, you know, go ahead and blow him up on this too, because, you know, he's not going to toot his horn, but of course, he's a major facilitator of a lot of this whole video, the last few, all this content that I've done with Chris Huckstadt. I mean, New York's an expensive place, and I wouldn't have been able to come out here and, you know, afford a hotel room, taxis, all this type of stuff, you know. John really facilitated a lot, and so of course thank you for that.
You're very welcome.
Have to appreciate that.
You're very welcome.
If you're not following him already on the various social media networks, you probably oughta, because he actually posts some funny stuff every now and then, and he's a guy fighting the good fight, which on Long Island is kind of rare.
Absolutely, it's absolutely rare.
And I tell you, if you come out here and you talk to Mr. Alonzo, he'll treat you exactly like he would his own family. John, I really appreciate you being on, man.
Thank you very much,
I mean,
JC.
seriously, thank you.
I appreciate you coming out, seeing
It's been a humbling experience, and I look forward to returning soon.
I hope so, man. We'll go out and party. I'll show you New York party. Boys in LA don't know what you're doing. Come on, man.
He said it.
You're popping Cristal. We're drinking beer in a seedy bar downtown. Come on, man. Listening to metal on the jukebox.
They have metal on jukeboxes here. So this was my video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something, or at least moderately entertained. I give out swag occasionally to people if they leave comments and are engaged subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, you ought to. And hell, you don't want to miss any videos one way or the other. And leave me a comment. Let me know that you're actually paying attention. Tell me, what did you think? Of course, be sure to stop back by next week for yet another episode of the Modified World. Oh. John,
thanks for coming in.
Man, it was good to meet you, brother.
I appreciate you letting me pick your brain, man.
I had a lot of fun. I froze my ass off, but met a lot of cool people. Saw some interesting things, and I'm gonna get my ass back to New York City ASAP.
I hope so, man. I hope so. It was fucking fun hanging out with you, man.
It really was.